Hey, welcome. So, today we're going to dig into a really simple but honestly game changing idea. It's called the small step effect, and I'm telling you, it can completely transform how you go after your biggest goals. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You get this amazing idea, this huge, life changing goal, and then you look at it, and the sheer size of it is just, well, it's paralyzing. Just picture that big goal as a giant mountain right in front of you. You're standing at the bottom, craning your neck to see the peak, and it feels a million miles away, just completely out of reach. And it could be anything, right? Maybe it's learning Spanish, or finally getting fit, or writing that novel you've been thinking about forever, or even making a big jump in your career. They all feel so heavy when you look at the whole thing at once. And that's exactly where we get trapped. When we stare up at the entire mountain, our brain just goes into overload. It sees a threat, not a challenge, and we freeze up. So what happens? Nothing. We get stuck before we even take the first step. Okay, so what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if the problem isn't the goal itself, but just the way we're seeing it? What if we could just change our point of view? And that leads us right to this powerful idea, the small step effect. It's all about realizing you don't conquer the mountain in one giant heroic leap. No way. You do it by building a staircase, one small, totally manageable step at a time. And look at this comparison here, it says it all. The mountain view, it's overwhelming, demotivating. It just makes you want to give up. But the staircase view, suddenly it feels manageable. It's actually encouraging, and every single step you take builds momentum. So how do you actually build your staircase? It's so simple. First, you pick an action that is so small it feels almost silly. Like, you want to write a book? Just write one sentence. Want to get in shape? Do one push-up. Then you put it on your calendar. And the most important part, you just repeat it. That consistency is everything. You know, taking that first tiny little step is a massive psychological win. It completely breaks that feeling of being stuck. It sends a signal to your brain that says, hey, wait a minute, I can do this. This isn't so scary. And that little hit of success starts to rewire how you feel about the whole thing. And this is so crucial to get. The real magic isn't in how big your action is, it's in the compounding power of doing it over and over and over again. That repetition literally carves a new path in your brain, and pretty soon that tiny action becomes an automatic habit. Okay, let's make this real. Imagine you decide you're gonna read for just 10 minutes a day. That's it. You can do that while your coffee brews, right? It doesn't feel like a big deal at all. But get this, those 10 little minutes every day add up to more than 60 hours of reading in a single year. 60 hours. That's enough time to read what, 15, 20 books? That is a huge result from a tiny habit. Or let's try another one. What if you just saved $5 a day? You know, you skip the fancy coffee or whatever. It feels like such a small amount of money. You'd barely even notice it's gone. But that's the whole point, isn't it? That tiny, almost unnoticeable action turns into over $1,800 in a year. That's a vacation or a new laptop, all from that small, consistent choice. It's amazing. And this way of thinking, it works for everything. You want to learn something new? Read one page a day. Want to improve your health? Take a 5-minute walk. Trying to beat procrastination at work? Just do one small task. It just ripples out into every area of your life. And the benefits are huge. This approach builds habits that actually stick because you're working with your brain, not fighting it. Every tiny success gives you a little dopamine hit, which reinforces the habit. You're basically training yourself to enjoy the process. And after a while, success starts to feel almost inevitable. And as you keep going, something really cool happens. Those little separate steps, they stop feeling like individual actions. They start to blend together, and before you know it, you've built yourself a solid, reliable path forward. Now, here's my favorite part of this whole idea. The mountain, your big goal, it doesn't actually get any smaller. But you get stronger. Your confidence, your skill, your ability to handle the climb, it grows with every single step you take. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. You don't need some huge, life-altering moment of inspiration. You just need one small step. And the time to take it is right now, today.
You've heard this a million times, but it's true for a reason. Every incredible thing that's ever been accomplished started with just one simple move forward, one single footprint.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Just for a second, forget about the mountain. Look down at the ground right in front of you. What is your one ridiculously small step that you can take today?